Back in the building again. It's your man DJ Metro, hanging out with the crew, and to my
You know it.
We in here.
y'all ready for it?
Oh,
We
yeah.
ready.
We hot and ready.
Okay, so to hot and ready.
My kids tear it up, man. You hear me?
So directly across from me, we have the one and only
Your girl Jane Jones, your local realtor.
the local realtor who's what I call her? Statewide or who's
That's right.
International. We're going international.
We were going to say Michigan statewide.
Michigan statewide up in here.
And of course, man, the one and only Big Country, Little Country, Melly Mel in the building.
Hey.
Oh, man. It's been a long 4 days, man.
Our girl Rach with a Y. She's out.
Superstar.
She's doing her superstar thing. She's filming today, but
Man, I can't wait for this film, bro.
yeah,
I
she's been
can't
working
wait.
so hard.
Right.
So you had a long 4 days. So you're referring to this week has been busy for you?
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
Ridiculous busy.
How so?
Oh, man. So it was beautiful. So I called up the crew. I called up the two special ladies. I had the mistress with me, my wife with me, but I had to call two extra ladies to come in, lay down the 3 chicken and fried rice type of love, man, at the Cypher. So we had a great time, Jay. Did we, man? We did. It was a spur of the moment, and of course Metro. I should have called Metro. Like, Metro, I need you, brother. I need Metro. But we turned it out. Like, it was crazy. Like, we were like the face of the red carpet because everybody was coming to us like, hey man, can we get an extra interview? I'm like, nah, bro, it's a wrap.
No, absolutely. Push the Cypher. That was my first experience there, and Lady Ace.
Oh,
and
Lady Ace
Ruben.
Boogie? Yeah.
Lady Ace and Ruben were
Oh,
our
man.
hosts, and Alicia
yeah.
B was putting it on, and it was so nice to see everyone come out to Grand Rapids, and all of the new artists.
Oh man,
You know, our seasoned artists were there, so it was just good seeing everybody's face out there.
yeah,
So
it was nice. It was real.
it was
The
a really
venue
great
was
event.
gorgeous, man. I love the venue.
So you guys were in Midtown.
Midtown,
Yeah.
Studio
Midtown
Park.
Studio.
Yeah, that's definitely a very nice location to do any type of musical event.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I've been there a few times, and it's just nice. The acoustics are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
the whole
sound.
presentation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It's pretty nice.
man. So shout out to Gorilla Music, man, and
Dr.
104.9. Yeah. 104.9, man. It was all love. It was a spur of the moment. I was just invited just for me just to be there as a special, media person. He was like, man,
Nice.
I need you. I got you, bro. I got you.
Okay. So in our summer planning, we need to get out there as a crew
Oh yeah.
and take over. My whole thing is take over. So we just get up there and take
taking
over.
over.
Just
Just
take
take
over.
over.
We gotta get shirts
Take
made
over.
too. We'll have shirts made, y'all.
I just like to take over, make my presence known without making it known. You know what I mean? Just
You already do that.
Yeah. I was about to say, he kinda beat us to that one.
Exactly. Like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, I know him.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm
We
just going to
tried.
ride on this coattail then. That's what I'm doing. No. How was your week,
Right, man.
DJ Metro? Tell us about your week.
I'm still planning. I'm still in my planning stage of events or things that need to take place or things that need to get done. So that has pretty much been my week. Seriously, it's just planning. So I'm 2 weeks into planning things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any traveling in that? I know a couple of birds on there.
No traveling.
Okay.
Probably, of course I'll go to the D. I mean, that's kind of
Oh, okay.
it's kind of regular.
I mean, that's like a
So,
morning drive.
But no other plans. Although Ohio sounds great just to catch a concert.
You just came back from Ohio.
Right, yeah.
just to catch a concert. So I did bring on to the station. You guys may not know the name. His name is Sean LaBelle, right? So he's a professional singer, bass player, producer. But he knows everybody in the industry. But I've been knowing him. I've been friends with him for I don't know how many years, right?
Okay.
But he's really close with Stokely Williams. They're both from the same neighborhood.
Okay.
So I had the privilege of hanging with Stokely for a 3-city tour.
Oh yeah, you gotta come up with the story on that one day. Oh.
Maybe one day. So I do a lot in the, not as much as I used to, but I do a lot in the entertainment world when it comes to certain artists, especially jazz.
Right.
I do a lot with a bunch of jazz artists and even doing CD covers and things of that nature. So I'm always in Detroit doing stuff.
Motown.
Working on some things.
Motown Mobile.
Motown Mobile.
Yeah.
All right, Motown Mobile. So it's DJ Metro, it's the crew, and you guys keep it locked right here, and we will be back in 2.2. I'll save it.
2.2.
So hanging out in my travels, I've been pretty much to, you name a country, I've probably been there. But I've been to Germany, and Germany does not play when it comes to the laws. So
say it twice.
Sometimes entertainers go out the country, and they might take a little enhancement with them, right?
I like that you use that. I like that he used that enhancement.
Mary Jane.
So what you got on the floor?
Oh man, thank you. BBC brings us Minaj and racism row with police over drug arrest. So give y'all a little bit of it. Dutch police have said Nicki Minaj's race played no part in her drug arrest last weekend, and that it was annoying that she drew that card. That's crazy that they said it was annoying, right? The U.S. rapper was arrested last weekend at Amsterdam's Schiphol, excuse me if I'm butchering his name, airport, and fined after police said they found dozens of joints in her luggage. Dozens. She said her treatment had been just disgusting, which she suggested was partly because she was from a confident other race. Wow. So again, when you travel to another country, we was just brainstorming about this. What is the number one thing that we all should do?
Research.
Know where you're going.
Know where you're going, exactly. When in Rome, but
do
you
do what the
cannot
Romans
carry
do.
certain items in your luggage. You can't do that, because the screening is heavy.
Right.
So, and then they know you're a foreigner.
Right,
you're a famous foreigner.
You're a famous
foreigner. You get what I'm saying? But this is what's crazy. The military police arrested her.
Right.
The MPs arrested her.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was just.
Yeah, she immediately started recording when they walked up to her and started to tell her she was going to
jail. Yeah.
To jail. So that was great, and she was asking about her luggage, and they wouldn't give her like a straight answer. So there's kind of some holes on like both sides of the story.
Of course.
So
there's always two sides.
She also said that those joints didn't belong to her, that it was her old team that was trying to frame her and sabatage her.
That was like the icing on the cake for me, man.
Well, that's doing the original Diddy right there.
Right.
Because,
that was
I'm just saying, Diddy goes in wherever he goes, right? In the club, has a gun, right?
He didn't do it.
J-Lo, J-Lo had stashed this real quick,
and they take the fall for it, so that's what she's doing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so.
But also, I mean, there's maybe some validity to the racial profiling part, because Ari Lennox also was detained in Amsterdam back in 2021.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So,
she spoke on that and how that was scary, and how she felt also that
was drugs involved?
It was racially motivated. Okay. You know what? I don't remember why.
Okay.
But yeah.
Good point.
Well, once again, that's a superstar, if you will, and sometimes they do want to harass you because
they see dollar signs. Man.
Yeah, and they want you to act up. Let me tell you something about the Polizei in Germany, right? They want you to act up.
Oh, they ready?
They want you to act up.
Wow. They bored like that?
Well, different countries have different laws. Like, I believe in China or Japan, like if you get caught littering, it's a big deal.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can be arrested, and it's like
Everybody in America
it's
be
not
going to
just a,
jail.
right, exactly. It's not just a fine, but that's like how they take cleanliness
That's
differently
respectable.
than we do. So it's like, don't be on your high horse when you're visiting another country. Like, do your research and act as the people do.
Yeah.
There.
Right. Yeah. And real quick, another country. If you get caught stealing, they chopping off your hand.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. They might flog you with the for real cane pole in other places as well.
Yeah.
So as you stated, different laws for different countries, which would take my brain somewhere else when it comes to U.S. and other countries. But I'm not gonna go there right now.
Yeah, that's he's about to lay it on y'all.
So I'm not gonna go there right now. But make sure you guys stay tuned. We got my man Jay Kilgo coming up here in a few, and we're gonna talk about some family. We're gonna talk about family and finding out that you have a child that you knew nothing about. So make sure you guys
So excited.
keep
All
it
right.
So back in the building, we were talking with Jay Kilgo, and he was talking about
Man,
his
movie.
his son that he recently found out that he had. Right. So it sounds like it's bringing a new dynamic, which I'm sure it is, to his life. Right.
Yeah.
So he took a ancestry test, and not knowing that his son took one 2 years prior. So the system kind of caught up with both of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy how that happened.
Yeah. So it caught up with both of them, and then he found out that he had a son. Had no idea that he had a son. Now, Jay, how did that make you feel? I mean, I know you probably were nervous and everything else, but give us a little feeling about what was going on through your body.
So I was wild from graduating high school up until 25.
Okay.
Why 25 for me? Because that's when I had my first child. I thought.
Okay.
Right.
Right. That's a good word.
When I had my, it's funny. I got to change it to second son now. But when I had my son, I stopped wilding. I focused in on career and started making some money and stuff like that. Stopped going out as much. So when I found out about my son in Maryland, I felt terrible because I missed this. I missed my son's whole life.
Right.
I missed the football games. He played football.
Yeah.
He played baseball. He played basketball. I played baseball and basketball, and I loved going to my son's games and stuff. So I really did feel bad for a while, but I think the excitement might have balanced that out because I was still so excited to make my way down to meet him in person and see how we can do this next chapter. Like I do the fatherhood groups here, all over West Michigan. Shout out Norm, my man Norm. And I talk to some of the younger fathers because my kids are now out of the house, right? They've done through high school, and we get different perspectives from different age fathers. And I have that perspective of when your kids get older, it's a whole new chapter with your children. So don't think when your children turn 18, they're just, you're done. You know, you can wash your hands.
Right.
Now it's a whole new adventure.
Right.
So I must say, man, I'm looking forward to at least our adventure with adulthood with him because it's just another chapter. So I'm still excited, but I was kind of devastated because I felt terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned that he wasn't mad or upset or anything, and you guys, just kind of hit it off and really wanted to meet each other, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That he was open to
That
that.
he was open.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of times there's a lot of animosity towards that parent that you don't
For
know.
not being part of that.
Well, I think you hear a lot of the stories of like, I don't mess with my dad because he knew and he chose to leave or chose to not pick up the phone or come by once a month
be
or
detailed with it.
even once or twice a year.
Right.
Some people choose. I didn't have the option to choose with him. So I think he really understands that. And I'm glad because he could choose to still be mad. Like, where were you my whole life? But he understands that I didn't have that option. So
Right.
we're growing. It's going
up.
good.
So, like, as far as those feelings go for both of you guys, there obviously has to be some sort of healing process that you guys are going to both have to go through, whether together or separately. Like, so do you guys believe in taking care of your mental health and seeking therapy and things like that for both of you?
For sure. I mean, I myself I'm a big mental health advocate. You know, I go to counseling. You know, it's all good, and I talk about stuff. Sometimes you just need to talk about stuff. It's not good to keep stuff in, and I think those things have helped me. I have not talked to my son about that, because you know, when you first meet him, you want to kind of keep
so
things
much.
a little lighter.
Can't give him
You know.
everything.
So
It's that protection part,
Yeah.
right? Like, you
sure.
want to protect them from the things that you have seen, but you also little by little, you'll learn.
Exposed.
but it's not just this one trip. We talk on the phone. We text a lot.
That's great.
We text back and forth. I'm kind of his little accountability partner right now because he wants to learn a trade. He wants to learn. He wants to get certified in HVAC.
Nice.
Wow.
And
Nice.
you know,
good.
anything, Jane, you know, being a real estate, anything that has to do with that roof that's over your head,
Yeah.
carpentry, electrical, plumber, you're always gonna have a job.
Always.
Oh,
You
man.
know?
Always.
I need
So
you
I'm
now.
like,
Mel
I'm
knows.
like,
Right.
He needs a roofer.
get,
need a
get,
roofer now.
get that HVAC certificate because there's opportunities out
Yep.
there. You know,
Property management, just in the maintenance sector, there's such a need for that trade.
man.
I will tell you. I will tell you one quick story. So when after we got that phone call out the way, he and we texting back and forth a couple times. It was, "Hey, my phone bill's due. I need $50, Dad." This is in the first 30 days of me finding out he's my son,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, I see how this is gonna be. And then a month later, in February, late February, he needed a little bit of money again, and that's when I had to pull out that I'm gonna teach you. I could feed you.
Right.
Or I could teach you how to fish.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
teach you how to fish, son,
That's amazing.
because I can't, you know, keep just giving you money. Because I always told my other two children, what if I'm not here tomorrow? Because I lost my mom when I was younger. So I always tell them, what are you gonna do? Because tomorrow's not promised. What if I'm not here?
Yeah.
What can you do then? So
Yeah.
we're working.
good
We're
question.
working on it.
Okay.
That's good. Step by step. Man.
Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah. And I think teaching your child or your children some type of trade or something where they can make some type of money, some type of financial gain. So, you know, I got a story every week. So,
Storytelling.
Red.
and I'll just take my son for example. You know, he's had a camera in his hand since he was 2. Now he's in college, couple years in. I never have to send him any money. I might pay the bill, but I never
That does come.
I never really have to send him any money because he's working that camera.
Yep.
So
That's
I
dope.
ask him, I say, hey, you got money in your pocket? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You know. So moving on, so I want to talk about the mother real quick. So she had no intentions of letting him know who you were once she found out. Oh, but she knew in the beginning anyway.
Right. That's
Yeah, she knew, but
What-
she had no intentions of letting him know.
I don't know, Jane. Do women know their own bodies? I'm sure. You know, we watch those shows, right?
Yeah.
The DNA
We
test
do.
shows or whatever,
Yeah,
and
Maury.
they be, oh, I know you, the baby daddy. You're not the father, and they be like standing there looking dumb. So who knows if she knew, but she did make a choice
Okay.
To not
to not tell me.
anybody else.
right.
Right. And we had, so I don't know, 25 years ago, I'm trying to do the math, but he was born in 99.
Not-
Okay.
So 25 years ago, 1999, we started to have DNA technology
Yeah.
early 2000s.
Yep.
So there was definitely a point in time when he was younger where she could have asked herself,
Yeah.
He
is
doesn't
that
really look
his-
like that. He don't
He
really
said,
look
"Wait a
like,
minute,
you
you
know?
look a little different."
Yeah,
It was
like,
so
what
funny
do you do?
because as we changed social medias throughout the years,
Yeah.
she followed me on MySpace because she was the neighbor. I didn't even tell you. Okay, so you asked me about her,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
she was the neighbor lady. I was 19, she was 29. She used to cook. She'd be like, "Hey, baby, you want to come over here and get some food?" And I'm a broke college kid. I'm like, I want to eat. I'm trying to eat. So I would go over there next door and eat. And whatever, you know,
Right.
other stuff happened.
She was
But
like, yeah.
but you know, she made that choice. I don't want this young, stupid 19-year-old to be the, and I guess I don't blame her, but I know who I am as a, you know, just my parents raised me right. I have a child. I never, even scares throughout the years, like, hey, I think I might be pregnant. Okay, I'm ready to be a father.
Right.
You know, I understand you lay down, you know, you might have consequences for that stuff. So I was never one to be like, oh, that baby ain't mine. You know, I was never going to be the runaway guy.
Right.
So.
Right. Welcome back. It's your girl, Jane Jones. And in the building, we still have Jay Kilgo. And we are talking about his amazing story on meeting his now 25-year-old son for the first time from was it Ancestry.com?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Man.
Doing an Ancestry.com. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but Jay, I'm ready to do that. I don't know what I'm going to find.
Man.
But as far as in terms of your son's mom, have you guys communicated about it? Is she happy?
We have not communicated at all because that's his mom and I'm his dad, and we've been able to do this whole building our relationship as father-son without her. I don't have negative things to say about her. She made a choice 25 years ago, and we're today. There's nothing I can do about 25 years ago, so I don't have any. I'm just moving from now forward kind of thing, and just letting her be. She can live with, if she has regrets, she can live with that. You know, so no, I've not talked to her at all. I have seen her comment on his pictures and stuff when he's posted our pictures together, and commentary back and forth and stuff. So she's on the social medias too, and I'm just concentrating on building my relationship with him.
Mm-hmm. Does he talk about his mom to you at all?
Yeah, no, he's definitely a mama's boy because the guy that he thought was his dad left his life when he was around 10.
Gotcha.
And so he really didn't have a father figure in his life the majority of his life. And so that's another, all the reasons are good, but it's another reason why I'm really looking forward to just providing guidance for him, support, answering questions for him and stuff like that as we move forward.
And then building that relationship with your other children. How do you plan on doing that?
So I'm very glad you asked that question. So my son that's going to be 21, I have Irish twins. So they're both 20 years old right now today.
Okay.
So my daughter just turned 20 and my son will be 21 next month. They've chatted on Instagram. So they're both Instagram kids, and they've had conversations and both into certain stuff. So they're good. Okay. My daughter doesn't want anything to do with it. She's got anxiety. She's a little bit scared, hesitant to meet him. I think that now that I've met him, it's put her at ease a little bit more.
Okay.
But she's also the one, she's over in Spain right now traveling. She's studying internationally. She goes to Western. Shout out Broncos.
Nice.
She is traveling internationally. I'm like, I ain't even been to Spain, and she's over, you know, she's Miss International.
Me,
you know?
Like, take me with you.
Go, girl.
So I still have to figure out a way to, I said, you know, I would love for Father's Day gift, so even if it's not on Father's Day, to just hang out with all three of them together. Like come to my house and just,
dope.
You know, all hang out, play Uno or something, whatever. But just kind of they can all go in on me. You know, we go in on our parents sometimes. Like, I don't even care. I do want them to get to know each other, and they have to build their own relationships. Right.
Yeah.
But it's funny you started out with saying you want to check your ancestry. Yeah. You would not be surprised on how many of my homies that now know my story that said, I ain't never taken one of those now. Like, they're literally scared.
They're scared.
They're scared. They're like, nah, I ain't, oh man, oh for real, that was your kid for real? Like, no, I'm just playing for clout on social media. Yeah, I'm for real.
Like,
And now they are shook to take one because they might find out that they have.
You are the
something,
father.
something.
Right.
Man.
So I guess only take it if you're ready for what they like.
If you're ready for the repercussions.
You know,
they ready for the truth.
Don't do it.
They say don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
What?
No, I think, yeah.
That's a deep closet, man. Woo.
I mean, if
Look,
you
got
had.
me scratching my head.
I bet
Yeah,
you.
he going back to his heyday.
Right.
He's
What
like,
happened in Europe?
It stays in Europe.
We've all had our little phases, but
Right.
yeah, I mean that could be a scary thing. But I think in your situation, it turned out great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like one of the maybe 100,000th that actually had a positive outturn in this situation. It seems like,
And it could go so many directions.
Man.
It can. I really want to teach him how to fish, both literally and figuratively. So so we met on the phone in January, and we started our communication, phone calls and texts back and forth and stuff. And he's a young, struggling young man. He doesn't have a career yet, so he'd ask me for a little bit of money. Hey, Dad. He calls me Pops. Hey, Pops, I need $50 for my phone bill. I'm like, well, I want to keep communicating. I just met this young man. I want to keep communicating. Here's 50. And then the next month, hey, I need some money for this. And I'm like, okay, well, here we go. I can either teach him how to fish, as in, let's find a career. Here's some side hustles. Here's some money management tips. All the stuff, right, that I've gained over the years. I'm going to teach you this stuff. And I said it in a loving way, but I'm also like, I'm not going to just send you money every month. Right. This is not what this is going to be. So
I did not become an ATM.
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a dad.
Right.
Hey, let me get some money.
Let me get some money.
Let me see.
Some back child support.
That was a good one. That's a good one, Jay.
Not the back child support.
Man, but it's good that you have a sense of humor throughout all of this, man. And it didn't destroy you or distract your intentions on meeting your son for the first time. And that's, as an adult, that I feel like, yeah, we look at the kids, but how are you doing?
But
You know what I
I feel
mean?
like your
Like-
adult life, having your dad at your adult life can be just as impactful as when you were a kid. Like, yeah, you didn't raise him, but at the same time, you're teaching him where he's an adult and how to adult, and that's probably harder.
Yeah, it
You got
sounds like.
bills.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and I'm gonna tell a story. You know that. So, but on a positive note, like you just said, you know, having a child that's an adult, and then having a father to give advice and things of that nature. I mean, that's positive, and you willing to be there for this young man, your son, is super positive. So the story is, like, with mentorship and all of that, those great things.
Yeah.
So my story is like, I'm in that category of not having a dad. You know, from, I don't know, 7 years old on up. Period. To whatever my age is right now, right?
Wow.
So
Big
it's
age.
so I'm,
You say he tried to cover up that number, Jay?
you know, but in the sense of yearning, I've always wanted a male figure
Right.
in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't matter the age.
It's just that.
I always just wanted that.
I agree with you on that.
And really hadn't had it to this day.
Yeah.
But in that yearning, if you will, I told myself when I was in the 8th grade, if I ever have any kids, I would not be like such and such. But the minute I got out the military, I've always mentored a child.
Yep.
Always.
Yep. You told us that.
Yeah,
You know.
Sure did.
So the cycle can either be continued or broken.
Yes, sir.
Man,
You know what I mean?
that was powerful right there. Yeah.
It can go
Yeah.
one or two ways, you know. So I choose and chose, even with my son, you know, me working the way I worked, I didn't miss anything of him. wherever he had to go,
You were there.
there, period, on up till right now.
That's what's up.
Never missed. I missed one football game, one, and that was out of my control.
Okay, yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah. That's,
So,
that's
but
big.
I think that's awesome, Jay, that you took the challenge on, and with open arms and positivity, and now with instruction.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I think
real.
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, he could have been. Well, I don't know. I was married for 13 years, so let's just say he could have been younger, right? Still under the age where you do have to pay child support. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. And I know that it stops a lot of men. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, heart.
Yeah.
They
Heart
won't
stop.
they won't go find out just from that alone.
Right.
Oh, I'm not paying child support. And it's a killer. I paid it for the other two I paid child support. So I know. But should that really stop you from
Being a dad.
from nurturing your seed?
Right.
It shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't. So I best decision I ever made.
Right.
Best decision I ever made.
You know, and I will say this: being a dad has been the most fulfilling part of my life.
Yeah.
Period.
I agree with that.
Hands down.
I agree with that.
Hands down.
But
All right, so we're back, and we were talking to my man Jay Kilgo about his experience of finding out that he had a 25-year-old son, and he took a trip to go meet the young man, and now they are communicating on a daily, weekly basis and getting to know one another, and they are building up a strong relationship, father and son relationship. So I want to thank Jay for coming through
Thank you, Jay.
and
oh yeah,
hanging
man.
out with us and being willing to tell us about his story, about what's going on. And man, that is one experience for real.
yeah. Man.
Just say you wake up and you got a 25-year-old.
Man.
That's like wow. I'm
That's
not
all you can say.
You know what? I'm not sure how I would handle it.
But Jay is like, he's the face of how you should do it.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the face of how you should
I
do it.
appreciate
He's
that,
our-
brother.
he's
I
our
appreciate
poster
you.
boy
For real, man. Like you on the superhero card
The
right
superhero
now, bro.
card.
Yeah.
Shoot.
But I think I would be positive. I would just be like,
Jittery for me.
yeah,
I'd
I'm
be-
sure I would be crazy
shoot.
nervous. you
Like
know
that
what I mean?
initial, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this call, or
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
found him on Facebook first, and then reached
yeah.
out. Like, what do you say? Like, hey, I'm your dad. Like, what do you-
I am
like,
your
what's-
father.
Right. Like,
What's
the-
man.
yeah,
Like,
that
I can't even
initial-
remember how it went, but it was something like, "Hey, did you see the I sent you a message on Ancestry.com. Did you see my message?"
Oh.
And then he responded a day later, yeah. And then I'm like, well, hey, let me get your phone number so I can call you. Because it's just going to be, text can be misstrued and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
I wanted our first real like back and forth to be a phone conversation.
That's good.
And so he sent me his number, and then it was like, I was nervous to dial, like, had the number up.
Yeah.
No, not right now. It's 6:30. He might be eating dinner.
Exactly.
He might be eating. Let me wait till
It's so
7.
true.
Right,
You know,
right.
I was nervous. I mean, I don't get nervous. This made me nervous. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, just do it. Go for it. You know,
That's
more
what's
nervous
up,
than
man.
like calling a girl in high school or something. Like it was bad. But then once you get that first one out the way,
Yeah.
it's just been now. I wonder how his day went today. I'm gonna call him when I leave here.
Yeah.
You know, for real.
Yeah.
That's
Because
nice,
it-
man.
I'm vested. That's my son, and I want him to be successful one day. And to all of our 40 plus listeners, we thinking about the other side too. Like, hold
Right.
on, when I get old one day, let me see
Somebody gotta take
which,
care of
which
us
one of my
now.
kids gonna come around and see me.
It's true. Or they gonna put me,
Right.
are they gonna put me in a home?
yeah.
Right,
Who
yeah.
put me in the home?
Ooh, you got me thinking
And
now.
look, hey, I think about that with my son for real.
Man,
Like, you better not
I
put me
really
in no
do.
home.
I'ma hunt you. Ooh, you gonna hate me. Yeah.
I think about that. I mean, I have 3 siblings, but I'm the only one here with my mother.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
earlier in my life, I'm out of here. You know,
Yeah, you was overseas,
I
baby.
was everywhere.
Yeah, you was everywhere.
I was everywhere. You know, I lived in Texas for 20 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
But yeah, I'm the only one. My sister's in Detroit, so she's close, but I'm the only one that's here.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get all of that. But definitely appreciate you coming through, Jay, giving us your story. And like I said, you're welcome to come back when your son comes to Michigan.
Yeah.
Man, that'd
want
be
the update.
awesome. You got to bring him a gift, man.
Bring him through. We want to hear his story, and we want to get to know him as well. But we do want you to hang out with us and
Oh yeah, man.
get into some conversations with
We're
us.
gonna have some fun.
We gonna get his top 5 R&B songs, y'all.
She's the top
Man,
5
hey,
queen
she's
over here.
she finna pick your brain, Jay. Get ready.
Well, I know Jay, from social media, and we've met in person, but I see he posts a lot of R&B music. So I'm
Man,
like,
yeah, he be
he a
killing
little
it.
R&B
Okay.
head. So let's, I'm gonna pick his brain, see where his top 5 is at.
I used to DJ back in the day. I ain't trying to take your job, but I used to DJ back in the day. And there was this nightclub in the DC area called DC Live, and it had 5 floors, and each floor had different music on it. I had a weekly set at DC Live.
Wow.
I had the R&B floor.
Nice.
What?
I've always
That's the floor I would be
Yeah.
on. I'd live on
Yeah.
the R&B.
Right.
I had the
Yeah.
R&B floor.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
That's dope right
That's
there.
super
I'm ready
dope.
for this now. Come on, Jay, just get it. Then.
Yeah, we gonna need yours too, because you gave us a weird list last week.
No, I did
Yes,
not.
you did.
It was all
You didn't even give us a
R&B.
real list.
All right, so last week we had an interesting conversation regarding music, R&B music, top 5.
Yeah.
And my
man.
top 5 was top 5, obviously. But
What? What?
He don't even
So-
remember his top 5.
Who? What? Watch this. Stevie Wonder, Ass, right?
Yep.
Stevie Wonder, Rocket Love, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Commodores, Zoom, right?
I guess you do remember.
Prince, Controversy.
Oh,
You know he gonna remember those.
You know I'm gonna remember that. And what's the other Prince? I Want to Be Your Lover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Melly
So,
Mel,
I'm
Melly
good.
Mel still doesn't have his, but it's okay. We're gonna come back to him. We're gonna give our special guest.
I'm about to say
Jay.
you ain't finna let me out to dry first after all that.
We gonna let Jay go ahead and give us his top 5. Jay, we know that you listen to a lot of R&B music, and you just told us that you used to DJ on the R&B floor in DC. So I know you got a good top 5.
I do. So normally I'm like Doug, I can go all the way back, right? Because I would ride in the car with my dad and he was listening to 70s music, and my mom liked the newer stuff, so she was listening to 80s music.
Nice.
I can go all the way back, but I keep up with R&B.
Okay.
So my top 5 is actually some of my top 5 in rotation right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir has a new album out. Sir, You by Sir, Y-O-U.
Yep,
That's my
that's a
song
good
right
one.
now. That's You by Lucky Day. That's my jam right
Yep.
now.
It is a jam.
Same Mistake, Destin Conrad, and one of my favorite artists, Alex Isley, is on that track.
Oh, okay.
That same
Look at-
mistake.
Look at
Look at Doug.
That same
He
mistake
said-
with Alex. Anything with Alex Isley, right?
Super
Okay.
dope.
One of my daughter's favorite songs. Her favorite artist in the whole wide world, SZA, the Saturn joint by SZA right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my number 1 song right now is Crystal Tears by Elamine. If you haven't heard Crystal Tears, ELMIENE, that's just my jam right now.
Okay.
Look that one up. You got to listen
I'm
to
gonna
that.
have to
Crystal
look
gotta
that
look
one
that
up.
one
up.
Everything
Yeah.
else I know except that one. So I'm gonna have to check that one out.
He's one of those, and you're finding a lot more of them. He was a creator, right? So he's on TikTok or Instagram or something, and he's doing a lullaby or something. He gets one viral video, and then a music company the music people start coming out. Then he makes another viral video. That Tony guy, kind of heavier set white guy, I can't remember his last name.
He's got the
Teddy
higher
Swims?
tone.
Teddy Swims.
Teddy. Yeah.
Okay.
Teddy Swims, yeah.
Same thing. Started on social media,
Yep.
but this Elamine started on social media. Now he's got an album. Pink Sweat, I think, started on social media too.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. So there a lot more of them are like that's how they're getting picked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
'Cause-
my summertime theme, you guys have heard this already. So if you're not aware of Ray Khalil, Is It Worth It?
Yep.
You know that song? That joint?
Is it worth it?
Hey,
Yes,
that is my summertime jam right there.
Doug's like, play it right
Play
now.
right now. Right now.
He's like, matter of fact, we about to get into it.
I pull out that air bass.
Right, you in the car. See,
Yep,
I just
I'm
love
feeling that joint, no doubt.
Yeah, I just love how music just brings everybody together, and it doesn't matter
where you are. Who,
and I think social
you
media
are.
has kind of like fostered that. Like, you see who likes the same music as you. So being able to connect via social media. So social media has done a lot of good things for people.
Yeah. Agree.
And a lot of bad things.
Yeah. I make R&B. I make R&B playlists every month on
You
my
do?
Apple Music. Yeah.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
we gonna have to share that.
Yeah.
Get that in the links.
Yep. I am. Just because I think sharing music is like one of my favorite compliments somebody can give me is put me on to a song that I never heard
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yes.
good look, bro. Like this. That's
This
my.
is
This
dope.
not right.
I love it.
dope.
Put me on a whole album though.
Hey. Look, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get him on my radio station.
Yep.
Got to,
New
man.
look Monday or something.
There you go.
I
Something.
don't
There you
know,
go.
but I'm just
I like
saying.
You just
that.
came up with something.
Yeah.
Man.
I keep up with all the new stuff, so for sure.
Yeah,
Love
we're gonna reel him in.
I like
Yeah,
that.
we bringing him in. Welcome back. It's your girl Jane Jones, and I am here with the crew. Just missing Rach with the Y, but we have a special guest, Jay Kilgo, who's still hanging out with us here in the studio. So I have a question for y'all. So since I'm the only female in here, I got questions. So Ice-T,
Go ahead.
stop it. So Ice-T was trolling Lenny Kravitz after he reveals his celibacy journey.
Okay.
And Ice-T called it weirdo poop. But the other word for
Ice-T
poop.
call it what?
Weirdo.
Okay. Yeah. Weirdo stuff. Yeah. I
Weirdo
got you.
stuff.
Okay.
So Lenny
that.
Kravitz celibacy journey he's been celibate for 9 years.
He trying to be a monk. He's trying to be a monk.
What we talk
But
about,
you know,
y'all? I mean,
so what's your question? You want us to respond to that?
Yeah, respond. Is that weirdo stuff,
I mean,
or is
that's
that a
his
personal
lifestyle.
journey?
That's his
personal
that's his lifestyle. The older you get as a male, right? You do not have to engage in certain activities every day. I'll just tell you that off the rip.
Exactly.
You don't have to do it every day now. When you're 18, you think you're gonna pass out if you don't engage in some stuff. Right?
I mean, is
The
that
level of testosterone is different,
Well,
man.
I'm just saying it's he's probably on a different type of journey, right? So
Right.
there's a book called Think and Grow Rich,
okay?
and in that book it talks about sexual mutation, right? It talks about not having sex so that you can focus on whatever you're trying to focus on.
right.
Get rid of
Okay.
the distractions, right? And
Keep-
so with his high level of fame, he's probably just super duper focused on whatever he's focused on. You know,
Do you think
9
you did?
years.
But
just-
right, 9 years is a
I'm just
long
saying,
time.
Hey,
I mean,
so
could
what-
you do it?
It's a lot of focus. Yeah, I don't
Jay-
need. Look, I don't need that much focus. 9 years.
See?
Even he said it. It's a
But
lot of focus.
I'm just saying that, certain people do things the way they do it. So if we reverse it, a woman to go 5 years, right? Because she has had an experience that she doesn't want to experience again.
Yeah.
So, and maybe his experience is positive that he just not focused on that because he wants to do other things,
Right.
Or maybe I'm just saving all my life.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
So I don't know, but as to Jay's point, that is a lot of focus.
It's a lot of focus. I mean, what's your
started
thoughts?
Your focus needs more focus. Yeah, that's a lot of focusing, man.
Metro started by saying to each his own, right? And if that man wants to go 9 years, good for him. I ain't doing no 9 years. Like, I will say this though, right? Chasing women is like, it's exhausting, it's expensive, it's dangerous, it's all these different things. So I definitely feel him on the, hey, I'm going to focus on me right now kind of thing, and you know, having a time of celibacy. Some people maybe 9 weeks, or some people maybe 9 months. 9 years is a long time, but good for him. Hopefully when he ends that journey, right, that he don't hurt himself or something.
Oh, he gonna be asleep for at least 3 months. He go like, man, you still alive? Don't touch me.
And you know, and now that I'm thinking about it, all these award shows or whatever, I'd never see him with
A woman.
a female.
Yeah.
You know,
That's so true.
He's focused all the way around, I guess.
I think, you know, for women, I'm gonna speak for myself. Going on a celibacy journey, whether it was, you know, a month or 2 months or half a year or longer, it was a time that I went on it, but it was for my own. I was just like, I just want to cleanse my mind, my body, and of the things, and just like save it for maybe the right person. And I think a lot of women do go on that journey of just saving it for that person and waiting till, like, I'm just gonna wait till I'm really serious with that person before I just give up the cookies. So that's, I think, where my journey is. I'm just like, yeah, I just don't want to give all of that energy away, so to say.
Well, you know, and like we said, everybody does it for their own reasoning. You know, whether it's a year or whatever time span that they want to engage themselves in that activity or non-activity or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done it. You know, I haven't done it for 9 years, no. But
I was about to say,
but
he's a monk of a monk.
I have been at a place where I'm just like, I don't even want to deal with you guys. I just need this time for myself.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've done it myself as well. You know, but like I said, not 9 years, but
I mean, but unless you're incarcerated or something like that, then, you know, maybe you find something else to focus on during that time of sit down, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Ice-T, you know, had very strong feelings about it. He said, stuff's weird to me. I love to have sex a lot. And
what's the difference, though, between being, you know, you ever hear a man say, like, get out my wallet or get out my pockets? What's the difference?
there's not.
Yeah, like get out that man's,
like, mind your business.
Get out that man's bedroom. Like if that's what he wants
if that's
to,
what he wants to do.
yeah, he could be watching Netflix. He's
Man.
binging for 9 years. Let me find the next episode.
Man, The Walking Dead been going on hard.
Right, just because it's different. You so stupid.
The Walking Dead been going strong.
Game of Thrones next.
They into like aliens and spaceships now in The Walking Dead. I was
Right.
like, where are we at?
Well, right. It just went totally left.
I've like caught a clip of it.
Don't
I was
tell
like,
me
okay,
because I'm
wait,
still
but-
way back on it.
Right.
Oh,
I know,
man.
I'm still like 6 seasons back.
Yeah.
Bro, you would be both. They lost me on the time. They lost the kids.
Yeah, so one person on X, aka Twitter, said,
okay.
"Why judge him though? It's his choice. He's different to you. I don't think it's fair to assume something is wrong with him just because he's chosen to be celibate for a long period. I think there are many humans who can and do abstain for long periods for various reasons. Choice." And I agree with that.
For sure.
Okay.
Let that man live.
Let him live.
Right, Doug?
Yeah. So as you know, I will pull a book out in a minute, right? So looking at this Think and Grow Rich, the mystery of sex transmutation, there's one sentence in here that says sex transmutation is simple and easily explained. It means the switching of the mind from the thoughts of physical expression to thoughts of some other nature.
Wow.
I didn't know that was
A thing.
a thing.
Me
I didn't.
Right.
See, reading is fundamental.
Look, it's telling us we
And
spend a lot
educational.
of energy. We spend a lot of brain power and energy on sex, and especially as a young man, you might leave a kid in Maryland or something.
Wait,
Switch your
Perfect
focuses.
segue.
man. Your focus needs more focus.
Your focus.
All right, so from the recent report that I found out that the notorious B.I.G. reportedly wanted to leave Bad Boy Records, the late rapper's mom now says she wants to slap the daylights out of Diddy.
Slap him.
You know what I'm saying?
Get him.
She want to go ahead and get with him, And she says, I hope that I see Sean one day, and the only thing I want to do is slap the daylights out of him.
There's a lot of people who want to put
Yeah.
them paws on him.
Man, Diddy
So,
is on.
Like everybody else, she saw the video.
Yeah.
She saw the abusive video and everything that went on with that, and I'm sure she had some ill feelings because of her son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Oh, of course.
so, like any parent or any family member, when
Yeah.
I see you,
It's
I'm
on
gonna-
site.
I'm gonna see you. You know what I mean?
It's
So-
on site. That's what Mama said.
But as I reflect back on the mishaps in Diddy's career, between non-payment,
Theft.
underpayment,
The janky contracts.
and a lot of his artists, going against him. He had so many artists that were pretty awesome, but then they turned against him and they left Bad Boy. They disliked Diddy.
Yep.
I mean, then you had several of them that passed away.
Oh, man.
I mean, Black Rob, right?
I would.
Craig Mack. Who else?
Oh my God.
All kind of people have had mishaps dealing with Diddy, right? So you have Jamie Foxx. They allegedly say that he had something to do with Jamie Foxx being in the hospital.
Yep.
know.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know that
You
one?
think
No, I
about
didn't hear
you think
that.
about his Kim Porter, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
So you
yep.
think about all these people that have had issues or demise when it comes to being around Diddy, right?
Yeah, he's
So
just a
now,
bad person to be around.
they raided his house, his homes, right?
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere, left, right, so forth and so on. So from what I read and heard, they were looking for particular hard drives because Diddy records everything
Yep.
as they
Oh,
stated
yeah.
in the house. Whether you're a politician, whether you're an entertainer, whether you're this or that, he has you if you've been to his party.
He got you on
He
tape.
might have you in a compromising position. You know what I mean?
So that
Well, I'm just saying.
You
So,
talking
so
about figuratively?
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Right. Nah, man.
So it just depends. But, Christopher Wallace's mother would just love to slap the taste out of his mouth because of his ill-mannered ways towards people and towards women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a good history when it comes to women.
Yeah.
Period.
No, but and then he always run from the men that want to hurt him. So, or he's trying to seduce them, should I say?
Well, all I know is that he is. I'm not sure if he's turned himself in at this point,
You know,
or if he's
you know, dog.
he's on somebody's island or whatever the case is. But he's missed his daughter's graduation, right?
Yep.
So he's missing events, family events that he needs to be present at, but he's missing them because of his seclusion of himself and
He's scared.
keeping away from the authorities, if you will.
Of
He on the
course.
run.
Well, that's the way I put it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know so here's my question. So radio wise, right? R. Kelly is no longer being allowed to play on
no rotation.
regular radio rotation. So what's going to happen with Diddy? And the reason I bring this up, Diddy has a lot of songs on the radio
He does.
in rotation. A lot of producer credits singing on other people's stuff. That's
Yep.
his artist. So my real question is, they took R. Kelly stuff off. Will they take Diddy stuff off? But they haven't taken off Weinstein's movies, right?
Keep it going. I think
They
I
haven't
see where
taken
you
off
going.
Woody Allen's movies.
Ooh.
I'm just saying. What do you guys think?
DJ, can I just chime in, brother?
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, you wide open. Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
listen. Unless the album is called "No Way Out" by Puff Daddy, that's the only one that can go,
Bro.
And the rest of you ain't touching none of them Biggie songs. Yeah,
None of them.
You ain't touching none of Biggie stuff. The total. I want my total. I want all. I want that
Warning.
90s stuff. You know
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Yep, he produced it, but it wasn't his album.
Right.
It was still the artist's album, so it should stay in rotation. I was listening to an old Biggie album, and then
Yeah.
you hear Puffy in the background,
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just turn yourself in, Puffy.
Right,
like we
right.
still
That's
can
it.
listen to the
Right.
music
Yeah,
stuff.
gonna
we're
listen.
Turn
gonna
yourself
listen,
in, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to.
We're gonna bump
your artist.
shine, all of it.
I'm just saying. Now he hit me with the "No Way Out," man.
Right.
That's
that's classic. That's
classic.
classic.
That's a classic album, but we're not playing that.
Man.
So so with the now you know me, I'm a Libra, so I'm going balanced, right?
Yep. Teeter totters.
So I'm just saying, they took off Kelly. They may take off Diddy. They may,
Yeah.
right? But,
That's a
but
big
on the other,
catalog.
like I say, on the other hand, they don't take off non-black people stuff. You can turn on the TV tonight and you're gonna see a Harvey Weinstein movie
Oh, heck yeah.
all day. Now, if you take his catalog off, you might as well cut the TV off.
Yeah.
Period.
A lot of people may not know what a Harvey Weinstein movie is, though, because he was in the background also.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's not right up
Producing.
in camera
Right,
like
right,
the
right.
star
That's
of
a
the
good
movie.
point.
That that too. So it's not so
It's
like
not
in
yeah,
their
in
face.
your face. Yeah.
But Diddy also has a lot of songs that he produced that he's not necessarily on
Yep.
also,
Right.
though. So why should those artists have to suffer? Because it's all about streams now, right? These artists want their streams. Oh, you're going to take mine because of this,
Because
dude?
now they're losing revenue if
Right. And
know, they're
especially
taking
if they
over.
close that door. Oh,
Right.
man.
But is that still feeding him revenue because he was produced it?
Yeah,
or
it's his publishing.
yeah, but if they're not playing it,
So
he's not getting it.
That's a lot of
But
legal.
if you think about it, they took off R. Kelly stuff, but they didn't take off Ron Isley. They didn't take off Aaliyah. They
Usher,
didn't take
yeah.
off anybody that he
Usher,
produced.
yeah.
You know, so they're still in rotation. To your point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just. I think it's going to be it's going to be a sight to see if they are going to snatch, like how Jay put, like a certain time period maybe of when Diddy was just doing his thing. It was like, we ain't gonna play that. But he's always been a producer.
Yeah.
So how do you break that down? Because it's not like he's on there. Well, he got a few songs he rapped on, but you know who really.
All right, he was the DJ Khaled before
Yeah,
DJ Khaled,
yeah.
right? He's
There we
just in
go.
the
Thank you,
background,
thank
right?
you. Use the
But
DJ Khaled of it.
Did you know that he can't be prosecuted for that hotel video that came out? It's past the
Yeah,
statute
yeah.
of limitations,
Yep.
right?
I read that.
So where's America supposed to be innocent until proven guilty? He's guilty of some stuff, right? But we still need to turn yourself in, let this court case play out, because we still need to see what they're going to charge this man with. You know,
Exactly.
They got to have something to charge him with that
Yeah.
Because they
can
looking
stick.
for him. Yeah.
I'm sure they have stuff. They're just trying, them prosecutors, they'd be in back rooms like, well, no, let's throw this at him because let's do this because they be talking.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah.
But to your point, they can't prosecute him because he already paid her off. Number one,
Yeah. There's a settlement.
she already
Dang.
signed paperwork,
Yep. Disclosure.
so it doesn't matter what the time frame is.
Yeah.
He's free and clear on that one.
But being a man with an ego, how everybody looks at him and feels about him right now is killing him. So,
Oh yeah. When you get dropped from 23 brands,
and you sold Revolt
you heard.
to an anonymous person.
Yeah, they found out who that was pretty
Who
quickly.
was it?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but they found him out. Yeah. So we had a great show today. I'd like to thank my man Jay Kilgo for
Woo, woo, woo.
coming through and hanging out
Yes.
with us and telling
Man.
us his story regarding his first time seeing his 25-year-old son.
Man,
That
this
had
is a
to be-
lifetime movie.
Yeah, lifetime movie.
Not Lifetime.
Yeah, but from his experience, it was awesome.
Man.
It was a great experience for him.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so that is positive all the way around. And hopefully we can get Jay and his son back when his son comes to visit him. We can get him back here in the studio and we can hear his story
Yep.
Yeah.
His point of view.
and his journey about, how he grew up or whatever the case is, I think that would be
That'll be
awesome.
dope.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm never too busy to stop through and support the show, brother. So I will let you know when he's coming up here. I'm gonna get him up here soon.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, definitely. So once again, we're gonna go ahead and close out the show with my man Melly Mel. What's going on with you?
Oh, man, Front Street like that?
Yeah.
Front Street. I guess he getting me back from yeah, he getting me back, y'all.
Yep.
But nothing much. Busy week, long week. Every day I felt I was a day off. So Monday after Monday, I thought it was Wednesday after Wednesday. So pretty much the kids are finally getting out of school. So that's a plus for me. I ain't got to worry about that headache, getting them up. Hey, you got to brush your teeth. Don't forget your key, that. And then, I'm ready to actually start traveling with my kids, a lot more. Let them experience new stuff. My oldest daughter always goes to Florida with her mother and her grandfather and grandmother, which is dope. So we're going to switch it up. So after you get from that trip, we're going to do something different. Because everybody been to, Disney World, Six Flags, whatever you want to call it, some type of theme park. You never been to Disney World? Oh, yeah, we got to make a trip.
My big grown self has not been to Disney World.
We got to make a Doug Sims live trip.
It's going to be a write-off.
Right, exactly. But, it was a good week. We had great times with the crew. My fault. I got to keep apologizing to Metro because I didn't include him. In the cipher this past weekend, but it's a lot more coming. Don't worry. We got another, I want to say 6 shows coming up. So yeah, it's going to be very eventful. I'm going to be tired some days. So if I come here drooling, just let me drool. I'm just tired. That's it. So
we're just going to put a pillow under his head.
That's it.
And make him go night-night.
My forehead just boom.
Yeah. So you guys make sure you check us out. Check out the website at onegrandermedia.com. where you can get all the info, all the great interviews that we have, and you have updated information regarding news, entertainment, what have you. You have pictures of the crew. If you have questions for us, make sure you send us a email. Just check out Grander. Well, send us a drop or some information on grander.media on Instagram. Leave us a message, and we'd love to connect with you. Matter of fact, we can get you on the show. Just leave us a drop.
Yes, sir.
And radio drop. Say your name. Say the name of the show, and we'll get you on air. How about that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We want to include. We want to include everybody.
Man, slide in those DMs
for real.
Yeah. So we had a great show. Like I said, we had a great time with Jay Kilgo. Any last words, Jay?
It's summertime. I'm the community agent here in my city,
yes,
so I'm going to be busy. It's summertime. Let's go.
Summertime.
Yeah, hey, the business does not stop.
Does not.
Man.
It doesn't stop, so make sure you guys get up and get up early. Early bird gets the worm, as they say, and believe it or not, it does translate into that, because I find myself getting up. I'm up every day at 6 o'clock. But when I get up at 4 o'clock and I finally decide to wake up and get some stuff done, I can get it done.
Yeah.
Right.
It's called Own the Morning, Win the Day.
Yeah.
I just found out Juneteenth parade here in Muskegon, Michigan, June 19th. So if you're not doing nothing on June 19th and you're around Muskegon, we are having a parade here in Muskegon, Michigan. So come walk with us. Come support our Juneteenth next month. It's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Literally.
Absolutely.
Juneteenth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I got a story. So,
and here we thought we was closing out, y'all.
Right. One more, y'all. One more.
I'm just saying, I was foreign to Juneteenth when I lived in Texas, right? And my then girlfriend was like, "It's Juneteenth." I'm like, "What in the world is Juneteenth?" Now I'm a young buck. I'm 19 or whatever, 20 years old. I'm like, "What is Juneteenth?"
Right.
And ever since that day, I'm like, whoa, she gave me the history about it, so forth and so on.
Wow.
The home of Juneteenth, Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, I'm all in.
Jubilee Day.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. Jubilee Day.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm all in now, so we can do that. So next week, we're going to talk about some history.
Yes, we're going to
talk about somebody's history.
Yep.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we can get on to that. And one thing I want to point out is that even though we have Black Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
So I personally would like people to brush up and read up on the history of Black Wall Street.
Yeah, please.
We have a lot of people that celebrate it, if you will,
and don't understand what they celebrate.
but don't know the history of it, how it started, why it went this way or that way. So that's just my challenge to the people, to get some information on Black Wall Street.
Man.
And Juneteenth. We're gonna help
And
you
definitely
out,
Juneteenth.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna help you out though.
Man, hit them comments up, man, for real.
Hit us up, grander.media on Instagram.
Stay hungry for more.
Combo number 24.
Y'all something different.